everybody. It's day one. It's what, 7-ish? 7 o'clock. We just got out on our glassing knob and we're gonna sit here and look around for a little while. We got in at 3 o'clock this morning, so we're a little bit tired. So we're gonna let our glass do the walking for us today and just hang out, post up, and just try to take a lay of the land. We got 6 days, so don't need to rush it out now. So start do some glassing and see what we can find.
The ones up there freaking dancing on 2 legs.
Is Hagen gonna shoot a big deer or a little deer?
Probably a small one.
Are you gonna shoot a big deer or a little deer?
Right now, I'm gonna hold out for a big deer. We'll see. If he's small and like has a lot of character, that's one thing. But right now, it's a big deer.
You can't just hike 6 miles in for a little baby buck.
Yeah.
Are you gonna shoot an elk or a deer?
Played the fifth.
Are you gonna shoot an elk or a deer?
Yes.
Okay, well, Hagen found a buck that he likes. We are getting suited up and ready to head over there, and we're gonna see if we can put an arrow in him.
No, you're going to put an arrow in.
Going to put an arrow in him, sorry. Correction. Okay, well, we're en route. Hagen liked that little 4-point that we seen, so he's only got really today to get it done. So he's all about trying to get a deer with his bow, so we're gonna try to get over here. Last time we watched that buck for about half an hour to an hour, and that buck was freaking nodding off and his eyes were shutting, and he's in a stalkable spot. Wind's good, so we're gonna make a big loop around, make sure our wind's good, and then move in on him and see if we can get a play on him. He was with about 4 other bucks in a little bachelor group, so it's kind of hard to tell because he bedded right in the middle of all these trees. So it's hard to tell how many bucks are with him and what all we need to be watching out for. But we're gonna get in here and see if we can make it happen. All right, first stack of the year. Can't wait to blow it up. Dumping our backpacks and everything. Might kick our boots off, not sure yet, but we're getting everything ready. We're about probably 150 yards from that buck, so we have no idea if he's still there. We don't know. Last time we seen him, he was shutting his eyes and kind of nodding off, so I don't think he's too worried. He's directly this way, and our wind's going directly this way. Perfect. Got in on him, so we're gonna try to glass him up, make sure he's still there, and see what we can do. This is so awesome. This is what we live for.
Mm-hmm. God, this jacket's getting a little warm for me. He's looking at him. Oh, no.
Tell me what happened. So we were putting stock on this buck, and there's about 10 different beds in this little pocket of trees, and we couldn't find the pressure was, and we didn't know it. He moved, and I seen him, and then I tried to draw, and then he bounced off. He bounced off this way a little ways. And, first stalk of the year, boys. Missed him. Damn it. So, after just blowing that stalk, what's the one thing that you would change to be more successful for the next time? So if you got in the same situation again, what would you do differently?
Honestly, I wouldn't do much different. We did really, really well on our stalk. We got 16 yards. I wish, the only thing I probably would change is slowing down to one step, glass a little bit harder and stuff. But I was worried about the wind because it's starting to get hot in the thermals. But I should have took my time a little bit. Got a little impatient, but we got the first half of it done. The hardest part now is got to get to the part where we can pull back and shoot the thing. So yeah.
Good answer. It's 2:30 in the afternoon. We had that stalk this morning, and we're very close. 16 yards. Very close. A little closer to the edge of the trees than we thought he was, and we just missed him. But we haven't been seeing a lot of action, and we're trying to figure out if everything's been moving down. There's a lot of cattle in here now, and just something seems off, so we'll give it the evening and kind of see what comes of it. Right, lady? Till then, we'll keep glassing. Look how wide he is. Look how wide that buck is.
Oh,
That's
shit.
a huge buck, dude.
Ruh-roh.
Where's it at?
4 point.
Sick. Is he a shooter?
Yeah.
Is he a shooter for me?
I'll tell you.
He's got a good frame.
Nope. Kind of looks like the buck you guys.
Does look a lot like the buck that we were after.
Okay, you see how it opens up between two sides? He's on the right
I don't
side.
know if he's worth me trying to kill though.
Yeah, because his back
see the
forks
hay?
like
Look
come
at
forward and stuff like.
I see him.
Good buck. Look how big his belly is.
He's got some mass.
Yeah, he's still full velvet too. Fuck.
That was some good description.
If I try to kill him, babe, I could get over there pretty quick. He's full velvet. Oh, he's beautiful. I want him. We could take him home. We can put him in the truck. He's wide.
Yeah, he looks very big.
He's 30.
But I can't see his horns. He's super big.
Yeah, look at him right there.
His belly's big.
He's 30. He's out of his ears.
He's been eaten.
Look how old he
I'm
is.
pretty sure that's the same one.
I know, I agree. That's what me and Paige were just saying.
That we stalked.
Now you can just follow these trees.
It'll be easy to get in on him.
Yeah, except I don't know where those does are down in there.
Yeah, that's the same buck, buddy.
I don't see the kicker off the left side though. Look how good that footage is on this thing.
That's a big bodied deer.
He's huge. He's fat.
That'd be a good buck.
Alright, here we go. Stock number 2. It's 7:20. So we're trying to run. We just seen this big framed 4-point full velvet, just a beautiful deer. And he's moving super slow, huge bodied. He's with one doe. And we're just trying to cut the distance. He's probably 700 yards if I had to guess. Just straight down in a canyon, so we're gonna haul some butt and try to get over there as fast as we can. How productive has this been for a first day?
First day, it was a long day. Like waiting for everything to come out. It was really hot, so everything just waited until it cooled off. So.
I love to focus. 20,000 steps for the day. That's a lot of spotting stalking. Well, that's the way bow hunting goes. That's why we do it, for the challenge. So we're going to back up to camp. I mean, we got 1,000-foot climb back to camp. Probably go to bed because it'll be dark by the time we get back. Do it again in the morning. This is what we live for. Okay. So as you guys just seen, that was our second stalk of the trip thus far. So on the first one, I asked Hagen a question. I decided that I'm going to ask this question on every single stalk, even if it's to myself. So if you could have changed anything on that stalk to be more successful, what would you have changed?
We went up here planning that he was going to be moving that way the whole time, so we cut further than we probably should have. And then we ran into the cows. But if we came around to the left more and like rounded, because our wind was blowing that way, it would have been perfect. So we could have went around a little bit more and we would have been right behind him. So.
Knowing what you know now, you would have taken a different path.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yep. Well, hindsight's 20/20, right? I mean, you're always going to go into every stalk with a good, clear mind. And that was a stalkable deer. When we were watching him, he was taking a really long time feeding. He was moving super slow. I thought we had good success odds on that one too. I mean, both the stalks today, I thought 100% we were killing a deer, and we almost did on the first one. And this one, that we bumped a cow, and then there's cattle everywhere up here. So we're not even battling hunters that much. We've seen one guy, and we're battling cows more than anything.
Yeah.
But, well, we're gonna head back up there unless we see something on our way back. Then this will probably be our last video for day one. A hell of a first day. I cannot believe this is a dream come true.
We'll
I
have
feel
to
like I won
see.
the lottery to get to go on this hunt.
We'll have to see what they say because they got an eagle eye view. They could have
Yeah.
told us what happened.
Yeah, we might be able to drop some footage on what they did, but or what they seen. But well, thanks for watching day one. Let's hop over to day two, and maybe that'll be our day. Morning, folks. It's day number 2. It's 6 o'clock right now. It's still pretty dark. So it's kind of hard to figure out what to do midday, but everything's bedded and it's kind of hard to find animals. It's hard to glass them up, especially because you can't see into that dark timber, you know. And I think the best thing you could really do is still hunt. But the issue with that is that where our camp is, we're on top of this giant knob, and I put on 22,000 steps and drank over a gallon of water yesterday, and that's day 1. So it's like, I need to cool it. I can't be doing that every single day. I'll be dead by day 7. But I am proud of myself for passing that 150, 160 buck that Paige went after yesterday, because I mean, if you want to shoot a 180 plus buck, you got to pass those smaller 150, 60s, especially on day 1. But it's going super good. I have a lot of confidence. I'm really happy. We're gonna hang out in this basin this morning and try to find some good deer or good elk. If we don't see what we're after, if I don't see a big buck, then we're gonna move. I seen a really, really wide buck early this year. I got some bad footage of him. It was before I got a new spotting scope, but so I think I might go over there into that. That's a valley right behind us to the north, and I think it's like probably a mile walk. So I think we might go in there tomorrow morning, depending on what we see here today. But the name of the game is glassing. I mean, this is spot and stock mule deer hunting to its core. We're backcountry, 7 miles. The whole plan is sit up on the knob, glass the deer, watch him bed, get in tight, put an arrow in him. Just like yesterday. I mean, that was the most picture perfect spot and stock. It was exactly what I've been dreaming of since I moved to Wyoming. It was so perfect. The thermals were right, the wind was right. He was just bedded in a stockable position when we got in those trees. That's something I've been asking these guys what they would do differently in that stock. What I would do differently, I would have taken a picture of the group of trees that he was in, and then kind of like looked at where he was within those trees, and then remembered, you know, he's next to this tree, or he's 75% of the way to the east of those trees, or whatever it was, because we got in those trees, and when you're in the country that you're looking at, 100% different. It is so much different than what it looks like from your glassing knob. So it's like, if you're up high looking in, to take a picture of what you're looking at, and then that way you can remember where it's at. Alright guys, let's get to it. Let's look at what we got to eat today. So we packed all of our food in these 1-gallon Ziploc bags. Tried to get about 3,000 calories a day, even though my watch, according to my watch yesterday, I burned 5,100 calories. But anyways, so let's look at what we got. I brought maple and brown sugar, steel cut, like high protein oatmeal. I got 2 of those, and I'm just gonna take an old Peaks bag that I cooked food in originally and just pour this in there and then just make it in the Peaks bag so that you don't have to bring a bowl or anything. That's for breakfast. For lunch, I bought this at Walmart. It's just like that 88-cent cheap, super high carb, high calorie food. Creamy garlic shells. Literally like less than $1 at Walmart. That's such an easy, lightweight lunch. And then for dinner, I got beef pasta marinara peak. And I went through and I cut the top off of every one of my peaks. length just so it fits in this bag easier, because they give you like 18 freaking inches of packaging with these things. We got a snack, right? We got some liquid filled, what are these called?
Snacks.
There you go, fruit snacks. Fruit snacks, I got Kit Kat, I got Mamba, I don't know what that is.
Like a Laffy Taffy on it.
Like a Laffy Taffy apparently, some Starburst. But yeah, that's my glass and food. Got my dinner, got my lunch, got my breakfast. Got a good morning so far. It's what, 7:30 now. We've already seen a few pretty decent bucks. We're gonna keep glassing and try to pick up on something pretty big. Hagen and Brandy left, so it's just Paige and I for the next 6 days. Up here solo, just us. What are we gonna do, baby?
Shoot a big deer and bolt.
Shoot a big deer. Just a big deer. I don't want to pack an elk out of here. I'm a little sore, a little beat up from yesterday, but we'll be alright. We'll make it through. Alright, well, it's 6:08 and we're getting ready to do a bunch of glassing. We just got all of our glass cleaned and ready to go. It's usually about 6:30 or 7 when all the animals start coming out, so we'll hang out and hopefully that buck that we stalked on last night comes back out. The whole deal that happened with that buck was that Hagen sat up on top of the hill and looked through the swallow and was watching the whole time, and he said that before we even got to the trees that buck was at, a spike bull just came running out and like all crazy, not from us, just came out of, I don't know why, just came barreling down this hill just acting crazy, and that deer wasn't jiving with it, so he took off running, and that deer ran through the trees, like that end of the trees where we were just about to get to, ran out, seen this cow, and then didn't like something else and turned around and ran back and just ran in the trees and left, and our wind was in our face the whole time.
Yeah, it would have been set up perfect.
Yeah, we were close, and Hagen even said, he's like, dude, it wasn't your fault, you guys did everything right, there's no way he's seen you. And I don't think he did. I know he didn't see us actually, because we never seen him and we were on high alert, but hopefully he pops back out. That was a nice deer. I would guess him to be about 160s or something. He just had that huge frame. I couldn't do it. I couldn't pull the trigger on him because we got 6 more days. It's like, do I want to pull my tag on a 160 buck on opening day, you know? When there's,
it's not terrible. But
I mean, we've seen some really big bucks in this area. We've scouted this area 3 times this year, and we've pulled some really big bucks out of here, some pictures of some really big bucks. This is our first time hunting this spot, but I need to knock on wood, but we're the only freaking people in here, and I thought it was going to be just a zoo in here. I cannot believe that there's nobody else in here. It's amazing. So that's another reason why I pass on that buck, right? Because, I mean, as of right now, He's not getting pressure from anyone else that we know of. There was another tent, but it was 2 miles. Probably 2 miles that way.
No, it's pretty far.
Like a long ways away, and that guy's not hunting way up here, I don't think. It was right on a draw that went way down south, so I feel like he's hunting that draw, and we kind of just, we stayed up here, he stayed down there. We seen one guy on horseback yesterday, but he was heading out. He was coming over the far ridge. He was on his way out, so I feel like he was successful, and he just was packing out.
Yeah.
But this is insane. I mean, there's nowhere on this planet that I would rather be right now. This means so much to me to be here. It's just, it's so awesome. I love it so much. It's so beautiful. But yeah, anyways, we'll keep looking around, and hopefully I get to show you something cool. I want to see something dead. I want some blood on my hands.
Yeah.
I've been waiting all year to get some bloody hands, and it's time. We got bow in hand.
We've gotten really close.
Yeah, we haven't even seen, we seen one grouse. That was it. We haven't even, we went on, 3 stalks. I almost forgot about today's.
Yeah, a little.
Today's was pretty wild. What happened there was that we were bored. It was midday, and we're just like, yeah, I don't want to nap. You know, you can nap or you can hunt. It's like, I didn't come out here to nap, so let's go on a walk. So we just bombed off this whole mountain behind us, dropped all the way damn near to the bottom, and we're dropping elevation, probably 300-400 foot elevation, and then we come across this wallow, and it had no mud out in it at all. It was like crystal clear, like the elk haven't been using it. But we're like, well, it's hot as shit out today. It was hotter.
See the does.
Yeah, there was like 4 or 5 does right there, but it was hotter today than it has been, so I figured maybe they might come start wallowing in it. I don't know. I just figured let's sit here and hang out. If we're gonna hang out somewhere, might as well be on a wallow or something. So we're sitting there. We sit there for like 10 minutes, and we're like, can't really see where we're at. Let's move. So we get up, pack all of our stuff, and get like 50 yards from the wallow. Sit down, take the bag off, and I'm just like, grab my binos, and there's just antlers walking through the meadow. I'm like, oh my God, there's a buck. And I pull my binos up. I'm like, he's weird looking. Do you want to kill him? And Paige is like, yes. So she grabs her freaking bow, and then we just like, he fed down in this little tiny draw, and so we snuck over there, and he got the slip on us. Our wind turned around on us, and we had him at 40, what was it? 40 something?
I think it was
39.
40.
39.9 yards is what it was. And I had a perfect angle of him that I'll show you right here, and it was right in between these 2 trees, and I just got a good angle, and I'm like, you could frontal him.
Yeah, and it was set up perfectly. Like, he had me pinned, but I don't know if he could see me. But like, I had little windows, but there was just branches hanging across that it just wasn't worth trying to risk.
It's not worth going for it, because most of the time it's never going to work out. I went for it my first time I ever killed an elk with my bow. I had the same thing. I had a branch sticking out, and I was like, I could thread the needle, and so I threw one at 40, and I hit that thing. It's like, pshang, right under them, right under that bull, and I just seen it like kick up all this dirt.
Yeah.
And I barked at him. He turned around, and I stuck him at 50. But
Yeah, and I just needed to get like 10 more yards before it would have been perfect, but he had a pin on us.
yeah,
It was fun. Just gotta exercise the stealth mode.
yeah, it's good. It's always good to get practice, even if you're not gonna kill it. That's why I was telling her, I'm like, grab your bow, let's do it. Because worst case scenario, you get in there and you're like, I don't want to kill him. But you can draw on him, you can get in, draw, get your pin float, and that's get settled, and it doesn't feel foreign to draw on an animal, you know, because it's very rare that you get to do it. So like, any opportunity that you can, I'm all about it. Worst case scenario, your release fails or something, and chonk, and you hit him, and then you're like, well, at least we got meat.
Yeah.
It may look light in the video, but it's not that light, I promise. It's 8:20. It's just at that point now where you just can't focus on anything through your binos, so we didn't see anything. I mean, we seen a doe, a couple does, the same really big spike buck, or not spike, forked horn buck, but
I've seen that one funky deer this morning.
yeah. Today was definitely not as productive as yesterday. We got a bull piping off down there, that's kind of cool, but
Yes. Too far away.
well, I reckon that's a wrap for day number 2. We're gonna pack up our stuff, go to bed. We're gonna wake up at 5. It gets light around 6:20ish. We're gonna pack up our stuff wake up at 5, pack up all of our camp, and then travel with camp on our backs and try to go somewhere better, because I think the problem that we're running into most is these cows. I mean, it's insane how much cattle's in here. I know that I know that deer and elk will live around cattle, but I don't think that they want to. I think if they had a choice, they wouldn't. And I mean, I wouldn't. They stink. They shit on everything.
Yeah.
They make a ton of noise. I wouldn't want to live around them if I was a skittish mule deer. So I think what we're going to do is just bail on this whole valley for a couple days and let it calm down. Our wind is probably not helping anything. Usually our wind's going this way. It comes from the west. It's coming east, and then it usually kind of blows away from the valley, but right now it's like sucking down in there, and I don't think that's good. I think it's hurting us pretty bad. So I think what we're going to do is get out of this valley in the morning and try a different spot. I mean, that's what you got to do if there's no animals, be mobile. That's the way I'm looking at it, right? I mean, all right, guys. Thanks for tuning along. Hopefully in the morning we'll...
I'll show you something a little more interesting.
All right, let's wrap it up. See you in the morning. I smoked him. I freaking smoked him. Oh my God.
I was like, get back here.
I think I shot over it. He
The
kind of
first time.
ducked. That first shot, he kind of ducked. And I heard it hit grass. Look, come here. Show this shot. Let me see the camera. So I can show him what my shot was like. It was right. Whew, I'm so shaky. It was right in between those two sticks. And then he jumped off. And he stopped. And I put it right between. Right there. I shot him for 70 the second shot.
I was gonna say 70.
Yeah, I just put my bottom pin on him and it broke clean and then it was like, shook. Like that sound of it, shook, like it went in him.
Whack.
I just killed a mule deer with my bow.
Honey.
Good spot. Good spot. You killed that deer for
I
me.
was just thinking, we should really be looking around. We should be hunting our way there. And I just,
Oh, I hope he's dead. Oh my God. What time is it? It's 6:56 a.m. Day number 3. Hey, intro video. Good morning, everybody. It's day number 3. I'm pretty positive I just killed the biggest buck of my life. That was a freaking hogzilla. We were hiking to our other spot way over here. And what time do we leave? 5:30?
yeah.
We were like halfway there, and all of a sudden Paige is like, shh, 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 shh. I'm like, what? She's like, buck. I like turn around, I run back up, and there's one little window. I'm like, move. And I just spot this freaking. At first, I'm like, he's not a monster, but he's a good buck. I'm not gonna shoot it, but maybe Paige will. And then I walked around the trees, and I got in front of all these trees. And I snuck around this one and picked my binos up, and he turned his head, and he's just like, I was like, oh God, I gotta shoot that fucker.
Yeah, we spotted him right through that little window. We were right there when we spotted him. Oh, should we give him some time?
It's a perfect spot and stalk.
I was worried he was gonna come down in here.
Yeah.
We were gonna go too far and he was
I
gonna
was
smell
worried
us.
he was gonna go, because when you were right there, I had a perfect shot at him, and he was walking. I'm like, come on, but then he kept looking up here.
I was like, stretch over there. Yeah.
Let's walk over here and just see point of impact. See it. Grab my first arrow. And hope to God that my second one's laying there just fully bloody. Are you filming?
Yeah.
I never found the arrow, but take a look at all this blood. He must have been standing right here when I hit him. The blood, solid blood. Look at all this freaking blood. Wow. Look at all that blood on the bushes. He's just spraying. Oh, just you go down.
No, he kept going.
I don't want the blood char him too much. He's bleeding. He's gonna die. He's dead. We got a dead buck. We got a dead buck. Oh my God. It's been my dream. This is my dream. This has been my dream to get a spot and stock high country archery buck since I started bow hunting.
He may be dead over the next step.
That's a dead buck. Look at this solid blood trail all the way from where I hit him. I mean, how lucky am I? How lucky am I to get a second shot on that buck? I mean, I stone cold missed him that first shot, I think. I never found either arrow.
That second arrow should be in.
That second arrow
'cause it
from the
was
video,
far.
we slowed it down. I'll put in slow-mo for you guys right here. It looked like it kind of was going behind the shoulder, but it was hard to tell through those trees. I just threaded that needle at 70 and it broke so clean. And as soon as it went off, I was like, oh, that's a dead deer. Please be the right range. Okay, well, let's head back. I'm gonna grab my bow. I'm gonna give him 10 minutes. It's 7:10. We've already given him how much? Half an hour? 15, 20, 30, 50, 6
It's
hours?
been probably like 20, 30 minutes.
Well, let's go back here. I'll grab my bow and get ready. We'll go in at 7:20. Alright, what was that?
Let's go find him.
Let's go find what?
Find your deer.
Let's go find this big buck. I've seen a lot of blood. Well, I think right here was the point of impact. I think he was standing right here on the
Yeah,
side.
you can see. Oh, we made a walk there too.
It just splattered. Big heavy drop. I'm not seeing no bubbles. It looks like meat blood, like
I
hard.
don't know. It started dumping.
That blood. It's a freaking constant strain.
Yeah.
Where'd it go? Oh, there. Right there's that. I thought he was gonna be laying right here. Didn't you? Oh, yeah, I've been through here. Me and Hagen walked through here once.
Oh, there he is.
Where?
In the creek.
He's in the creek with an arrow in his freaking heart.
Let me get a shot from up there. There he is.
Holy shit.
Let's get him out of the water.
Huh?
So we need to get him out of the water. He's lying. Okay.
Do you see that?
Yeah.
You see what I did with my bow? He's so freaking huge. Oh wow. That's just a good mature deer. Thank you.
Big fatty.
Kick you off that thing.
Oh man.
He's still got velvet.
Yeah.
Is that a f***ing hog? Or is that a f***ing hog? Is that a f***ing hog? Or is that a f***ing hog and a half?
Honey.
Eye guards, kickers.
He is bigger than your deer.
He's big. That's
What are you feeling right now, looking at that deer?
I have no words. It's a dream come true. I've been training all year for this moment. The whole year. I run a minimum of 3 miles every single day. I work a 12-hour shift 5 days a week, and I still run every single day. I diet. I go on hikes every weekend to get ready for this. I work my ass off for this, for that. Just to get an opportunity. Got such a mature animal. I'm so grateful for this deer. I can't even put it into words.
You did it, honey.
Let's get him taken care of. Big buck down. September 5, 2022. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're trying so hard. Like, to kill a big deer with your bow is hard, but to do it and to have it on film, I can't even explain how hard it is. It's hard just to sneak up on one deer by yourself, like, or to sneak up on a deer with one person, I mean. But to do it with two is like freaking insanely hard. So thank you guys for watching, because if you guys didn't watch, then there'd be no point in doing it. Roll out, boys.